appears to be the problem, slave?
Steve, do what's right.
I always do. What have you done with Lizzie? If anything has come to her...
She's fine.
Your Honour, being in this time prison, I've discovered new evidence. I demand a retrial.
You demand nothing. How dare you try to... Very well, very well. A retrial it will be. In the name of my new fiancée, Elizabeth Brown.
Lizzie?
Be very aware of the serious predicament you now find yourself in. Mr. Brown, the decision is yours. Though it be a grave one, I fear.
All rise.
I will take this opportunity to reveal that this retrial has been issued at the request of my new fiancée, Elizabeth Brown.
Fiancée?
It is against my better judgment, but I have been influenced to give the accused a fair trial. I think it's a reasonable request.
Stephen Brown, space adventurer.
Mr. F. Mr. D. F. High Counselor and Warden of Radza.
F. Mr. D. Death.
I'd like to start by casting a dim light over Mr. F, who has been using his high social status to change Earth's history.
But, Your Honour, what happened to the respect? I am a revered person.
Silence! As soon as the trial recommenced, you're an individual who has been accused of some hideous crimes. Outside the courtroom, you may be a respected gentleman, as I was careful to point out a minute ago. But from now, you're a nobody. It counts for nothing, especially when this next piece of evidence is displayed.
Are you sure? Well, let us recap for a minute. Einstein dies mysteriously. Brooklyn is seen stealing Einstein's document. Brooklyn is your assistant. Well, he can't be in two places at once now, can he?
Oops.
This was picked up on sound devices within the time prison itself. It appears that Mr. F is responsible for Earth's destruction, not Stephen Brown.
If I may speak, members of the jury, we all do things from time to time that we know we shouldn't, don't we? But I tell you in all truth, I did not destroy the Earth. Einstein was not the cause of the Earth's destruction either. Einstein had made a deal with the Nazis. I saved Earth by killing Einstein, albeit very reluctantly. I saved the Earth. I didn't destroy it. Please take into account all the things that I have done for your society.
This is ridiculous. I feel insulted.
I don't know if any of you are aware of this history.
Silence!
But Albert Einstein was a pacifist. He moved away from his native Germany to escape Hitler's regime. He even assisted in disarmament after the war.
Enough! I see no need for a jury today anyway. He killed the best scientist known to this galaxy and tried to kill one of the greatest human poets. Stephen Brown, I see no need for you to testify. All the information has been gathered.
Stop! I have the answers!
Guards! Seize her! She has escaped from the time prison.
No, wait!
Steve, you know this girl?
She is a friend. I believe she tells the truth.
Helen, please, let the girl testify.
Very well. Unhand her. Speak.
I know what happened. I know how the Earth was destroyed. You believe the Earth was destroyed over 50 years ago, don't you? Yes. Well, you also believe that the cause of the Earth's destruction was the mysterious death of Einstein, yes?
It's not so mysterious anymore.
Well, what would you say if I told you that Einstein's death had nothing to do with the Earth's destruction, that the Earth itself was actually destroyed over 100,000 years ago?
Don't be stupid, girl.
Emma, if you're wrong, they'll execute you. You've already done your spell in the time prison.
According to original scripture, man's first great device was the will, a device that all species use. Now, in this scripture, it originally states that the Greeks discovered the will approximately 200 years BC.
Emma, what are you getting at?
Following a tip-off from a close friend, I visited the Stone Age, and what I discovered shocked me, and no doubt will shock you too.
Steve, I think I know what she's getting at.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it can.
Somehow or another, Stone Age man was introduced to the wheel 100,000 years too early. They weren't ready for such a device. And so, in their turn, discovering the wheel too early, they in turn sped up the rest of the Earth's inventions. Now, we're all familiar with the Hiroshima bomb dropped by the Americans at the end of World War II, an event that killed thousands of people, yes?
Yes, we are familiar. Now please cut to the chase, we haven't much time.
Well, with the Earth's inventions being sped up, the bomb used wasn't actually an atom bomb. It was in fact a bomb called a nucleated quantum bomb. It doesn't explode when it hits the Earth. Instead, it sends out ripples of light that are powerful enough to bend buildings and burn flesh. These light beams are invisible to the naked eye and cannot be heard. Now, after doing this for about 2 days, the bomb finally explodes, destroying everything within a 70-mile radius. Now, this explosion, coupled with the increasing light rays, was powerful enough to melt the Earth's core. It seems that the explosion was carried by the light beams and penetrated the Earth's surface. Every volcano on the Earth exploded, resulting in the Earth's atmosphere lifeless and consisting mainly of CO2.
You lie! I have never heard of such a bomb.
I know it's hard to comprehend, but it's true. It appears that it wasn't only Einstein that was experimenting with nucleated quantum bombs.
And the wheel being introduced too early caused all of this.
And as hard for it is for me to say this, Stephen, I believe that it was you and your sister that caused the Earth's destruction.
What? Lizzie? You lied to me?
Helen, I didn't know, I swear.
I cannot believe I fell for you. You'll be no wife of mine. Thank Rad, sir, I found out now.
But Stephen, I checked that there were no anachronisms left behind.
What is going on here? Lizzie, you're engaged, and Emma, don't accuse me of the Earth's destruction. Death, you're being nice to me, trying to get me on your side. Somebody, please, inform me!
I'm looking for my niece.
Uncle!
Oh, darling, I've missed you.
I knew you'd return. I knew he was the one. Stephen Brown, he...
Silence, David Cruella! You're in prison for life. Guards, seize him.
I hold the key to all of this. He is your man.
Mr. F? Mr. D.F.?
What? I believe you're about to pass my sentence, weren't you? Death, wasn't it?
Helen, he killed Einstein.
I'm aware of this, Lizzie. But is the girl speaking the truth?
Einstein can't have been a bad man. He can't have caused the destruction of Earth because the death killed him. His story's full of gaping holes.
Emma, I know how grateful you are for Stephen, and I too am grateful. But unless you prove yourself innocent, I must assume otherwise. Judge, it was 1 year ago to the day that I was placed in these different time streams. But we must forget all that has gone before. I am no longer responsible for Earth's destruction.
Neither am I.
Stephen, please.
No, he's right. We aren't responsible for Earth's destruction. He is.
Steve, think about it. We cleared up every single idiosyncrasy we could find on that planet. But
but none of them were ours. He tried to introduce new technology to a primitive planet. We did our best to prevent it.
Your Honour, please. I don't know what is going on between you and Lizzie, but you seem to care about it a lot. She's telling the truth. We cleared up everything that Death did wrong. Yes. Yes, of course it all makes sense. The Death killed Einstein, making believe that his death was the reason Earth was destroyed. He then travelled back in time and changed the history of Radstar somehow, so that he could be elected onto the High Council and become Chief Warden of your planet. From this position, he could only move up. Anyone that disagreed with him would be thrown in the time prison. And using his hypnotic skills, it wouldn't be long before he became Chief of your planet.
Our planet has a time shield round it, making sure no one can change its history. This way, there is never any confusion as to what is past and what is present. The nearest planet on which time travel is possible is Earth.
Yes. And when Earth was destroyed, you would be forced to lower your shields in an attempt to help Earth. It was at this point that the Death travelled back in time.
I recall that did happen, Your Honour.
That still doesn't explain who destroyed Earth.
Patience, I'm coming to that. Before we were transported here, we were travelling back from the Stone Age, where we came across the Death and his assistant Brocklin. They were trying to speed up the evolution of man. I wasn't sure at the time, but I understand it now. The history of man took on a whole new shape. Now I know why the Death wanted that document back, and why he didn't want a retrial, and why he wanted to bribe the jury. He is responsible for the Earth's destruction. He must be punished.
If what you say is true, then our whole society must be corrupt. We must rebuild and reform.
Samuel! Come on, let's...
No! Master, you destroyed Earth! All my friends, my family! You're evil!
Blockland, they killed themselves, remember? You and me were a team. Come on. I'll make you some Ribena.
Can I drink it straight, out the bowl, undiluted, you know?
You can have it any way you like, mate. Just come on, let's go. Come on.
I don't know.
Come on, undiluted.
All right, then.
Come on.
Hear that, Lizzie? We're going to have Ribena.
Nice.
The murderer escape.
Steve, do something!
All a question of time. Trap him.
Let him get away! You are the hero after all! And the Earth, it remains destroyed!
But of course! Oh, it's all a question of time. We can stop the Death, we can save the Earth, but it's all a matter of time. We've got to be quick.
Come on, Emma.
To the Ventura.
There's nothing left for us to do here now. Time to go.
Oh, wow! What do you mean we can trap the Death in time?
It's called a time loop. We can set right from here, Lizzie. The Death will be heading towards a ship, leaving Radstar, and with a little help from Robo here, we can place a time loop around his ship, meaning that history will repeat itself over and over again. Robo?
I am already preparing the time loop. How long do you wish the loop to last for?
Ooh, I fancy giving the Death a little variety in his life. How about 20 minutes, Robo?
20 minutes is a simple task.
Okay, so you've taken care of the Death, though very clever you are too. But what about Earth?
That's simple, Lizzie. I really wish you'd use your loaf.
Charming.
Emma Tatzel, you are alone no longer. How would you fancy joining Lizzie and myself on our travels? We can't promise you a quiet, peaceful existence, maybe a little adventure along the way, but we'd be happy to have you on board.
Yeah, go on, Emma. I could do with the support. Well, if you have me, I'd be delighted.
Great, that's settled then. Robo, set the coordinates for 100,000 BC, Earth. We're going hunting for wheels.
I'm going to go and sort out my hair.